10 Rules to Build Unstoppable Power. Let's be honest for a second. Have you ever wondered? Everyone wants to be unstoppable, but most people never make it there. Why? Is it because they're not smart enough? Is it because they weren't given enough chances? No, it's not like that. It's because they give up too soon, right in the middle of the storm when things get messy, painful, uncomfortable. Have you ever felt like the world was against you? Like everything you were building just started falling apart? If you have ever considered these questions and have not found a satisfactory answer, then this video is for you. You probably thought, maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I'm not meant to succeed. But here's the truth. No one told you. That moment, the destruction, the doubt, the rejection, that's not failure. That's the price. The price of becoming something greater than the average life. Something the world doesn't hand out freely. Because success doesn't come wrapped in comfort. It's hidden behind pain. Late nights, broken plans, and days where you show up even when it hurts. And if you quit when it starts to break you, you'll never see the version of you that rises after. You'll never meet the version of you who was just one more try away from a breakthrough. This video isn't just another motivational speech. It's a challenge, a call to change how you think, how you move, how you face the pain. We're about to go deep into 10 powerful rules. Not hype, not fluff, just the brutal truths and the daily choices that separate the unstoppable from the forgotten. So ask yourself right now, are you ready to stop running from the discomfort and start growing through it? Because once you do, nothing, and I mean nothing, can stop you. Let's go. Part 1. Truths about the unstoppable mindset rule. 1. Stop seeking validation. Grow in silence. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt the urge to tell the world about your goals the moment you feel inspired? To post it, share it, let everyone know. I'm finally doing it. It feels good, doesn't it? But here's the quiet truth no one likes to admit. Most dreams die the moment they're shared too soon. Not because people don't care, but because once your vision is exposed, it becomes a target. People judge what they don't understand. They project their fears onto your courage. And sometimes it's not even strangers. It's your closest circle, the ones who cheered when you were small, suddenly go silent when you start growing. That's not your fault. That's human nature. Growth is a mirror, and it reflects what others haven't done. Your ambition exposes their excuses. Your courage shines a light on their comfort zone. So what should you do instead? You grow in silence, like a tree rooted deep underground before it ever breaks the surface. Like Michael Jordan, who was once cut from his high school basketball team. He stayed calm. He didn't go online to vent or share a quote. He trained, quietly, ruthlessly, daily. And by the time the world saw him again, it was already too late to stop him. This is what unstoppable people understand. Power doesn't need to be loud. Success doesn't ask for applause. It just shows up, fully formed, when no one's expecting it. So if you're building something, your body, your business, your breakthrough, don't announce it. Don't decorate the process with attention. Do the work. Get better. Let your silence become the thing they can't ignore. Because when you're truly unstoppable, you don't need them to believe in you. You already do. Rule 2. Train your mind like a warrior. Let me tell you something that might feel uncomfortable. Most people today aren't trained to be strong, they're trained to feel. We've been taught how to express our emotions, how to listen to ourselves, how to go easy when things get tough. But no one ever really teaches us how to fight, how to hold the line mentally when everything around us is falling apart. That's why so many break, not because they're weak, not because they don't care, but because they never trained for the moment pain arrives. They expect life to go as planned, and when it doesn't, they crumble. But the truth? Life never goes as planned. Life punches, it kicks, it laughs at your vision board. And the people who win are the ones who saw the storm coming and built shelter inside their own mind. Mental strength is not about being cold or heartless. It's about being prepared, like a soldier before battle. You don't train during the war, you train before it. Look at David Goggins, once overweight, insecure, broken. Now, he's one of the toughest men alive, not because he watched motivational videos, but because he ran with broken legs. He trained in the cold. He pushed when most of us would have quit. He didn't wait for life to be gentle. He made his mind harder than anything life could throw at him. And here's the shift you need to make. Stop waiting for life to go easy. Start training your mind for the moments it doesn't. That means doing one more rep when you're exhausted. Getting up at 5 a.m. when your bed begs you to stay. Staying calm when the chaos hits. You don't build a warrior mindset overnight. You build it daily, in the quiet, in discomfort, in the repetition no one sees. Because once your mind is strong, truly strong, you become someone the world cannot break. And in a world full of people waiting to be saved, you'll be the one who knows. You already had everything you needed, right here. Rule 3. Discipline is greater than motivation. Let's get honest for a second. How many times have you felt super motivated, only to feel completely stuck the next morning? You watched a video, you read a quote, maybe you even made a big promise to yourself, and for a moment, you felt unstoppable. But then life happened. You felt exhausted. Life got busy. You lost the excitement. And just like that, your dream pushed aside again. You see, motivation is like fire on paper. It burns fast, it burns bright, and then it's gone. And that's why motivation is not what builds success. Discipline is. Discipline is showing up on the days you feel tired. It's writing the page when inspiration is nowhere to be found. It's going to the gym even when it's raining and your bed feels like paradise. Here's a powerful image for you. Imagine two writers. One only writes when the vibe is perfect. Candle lit. Playlist just right. The energy's flowing. The other gets up at 5 a.m. every single day, tired or not, and writes, even when the words feel stuck. Now tell me, who finishes the book? Exactly. Discipline is not romantic. It's not exciting. It's not loud. But it's the only thing that keeps building when motivation disappears. Think about the most successful people you know, the ones who actually create, build, and change things. They don't rely on feeling inspired. They rely on systems, structure, and consistency. And here's the beautiful irony. When you're disciplined long enough, you won't need motivation. Because the results you see will become your fuel. So the next time you hear yourself say, "I just don't feel like it today," answer with, "Good. That means today is when it matters most." Your future is built on the days you didn't want to show up, but did anyway, because that's what unstoppable looks like. Rule 4. Fall in love with repetition. Success hides in the boring stuff. Let me ask you something. How many times have you started something new and then stopped the moment it got boring? It's not that you weren't capable. It's just, it didn't feel exciting anymore. No results after a week, no applause. So you moved on. But here's the cold truth. Success isn't about feeling excited. It's about showing up, especially when you're not. In fact, greatness? It hides in repetition. Let me paint you a picture. Kobe Bryant, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, was in the gym at 4 a.m., practicing the same shot over and over. No crowd, no coach telling him to, just him, the ball, the hoop, and silence. That's the price of mastery. That's the rhythm of the unstoppable. But here's the thing no one tells you. Repetition feels like nothing is changing. It feels like planting seeds in dry soil. But underneath, roots are forming. Skills are building. Confidence is growing, quietly. Most people don't lose because they lack talent. They lose because they can't stay in the boring. They quit before progress shows up. They chase excitement, not excellence. But winners? They fall in love with the mundane. They show up at 5 a.m., write the same page, lift the same weight, repeat the same message, while the world sleeps. And while others chase hacks, trends, and shortcuts, they're out there building empires from routine. So if you're wondering why you haven't seen results yet, maybe it's not about changing your strategy. Maybe it's about repeating what works. Longer, deeper, better. Because repetition isn't just practice. It's identity. And identity is what makes you unstoppable. The world may not cheer for your daily habits, but one day they'll look at what you've built and call it genius. Rule 5. Stop negotiating with your weakness. How many times have you told yourself, "I'll start tomorrow. I'm just too tired today." Or this classic, "I deserve a break." We've all been there. But here's the truth, and it stings. It's not that you're not capable. It's not that life is unfair. It's that you've been negotiating with your weakness every single day. See, deep inside all of us, there are two voices. One is strong. It tells you to rise, to fight, to keep going. The other, it whispers, "Hit snooze. Skip the workout. You've earned a rest." And more often than we'd like to admit, that soft voice wins. But here's the brutal reality. The strongest people in the world didn't get there by making deals with comfort. They executed without mercy, without asking how they felt. They moved forward, even when every part of them screamed to stop. Take the Navy SEALs, for example, one of the most elite forces on the planet. Their training, especially Hell Week, is designed to break your mind before your body even has a chance. Cold, pain, exhaustion, isolation. It's not about muscle. It's about silence, discipline, zero negotiation. You either stay or you quit. No one's coming to cheer for you. No one's handing out gold stars for trying. And here's the thing, life is no different. Life doesn't wait for you to be in the mood. Life doesn't care if you're overwhelmed. It just asks, did you show up or didn't you? So ask yourself, how many dreams have you delayed because you've been polite with your weakness? How many times have you let the voice of fear or laziness take the wheel? It's time to cut the conversation. Don't ask your comfort zone for permission. Don't wait until it feels right. Act, decide, execute. When that alarm rings tomorrow morning, don't think. Get up. When the work gets hard, don't stall. Push through. Because every time you silence that weaker voice, you get closer to becoming the kind of person who doesn't need hype, doesn't need praise, just a mission and the will to finish it. Remember this: the world doesn't reward almost. It rewards those who don't flinch. So no more deals, no more delays, no more weakness. You're not here to feel comfortable. You're here to become unstoppable. Rule 6. Suffer in private. Don't complain publicly. Let's talk about something that no one likes to admit, but everyone does. Pain. Struggle. That gut-wrenching moment when everything feels like it's falling apart. And in today's world, we don't just feel pain. We post it. We turn every heartbreak into a quote, every failure into a caption. We cry online for likes, for hearts, for someone to notice we're bleeding. Now look, there's nothing wrong with being vulnerable. But here's the catch. Most people don't want healing. They want attention. We live in a culture where oversharing has become the badge of authenticity. But you know what real growth looks like? It's silent, it's raw, it's done in the dark, where no one claps, no one comforts, and no one even sees. Think about this. When was the last time you went through something painful and kept it to yourself? Fought it quietly, got stronger, not louder? Because the most unstoppable people you know, they suffer in silence. They don't perform their pain. They train through it. Let me give you a real example. Tom Hardy. You know him from the big screen. The tough guy in Mad Max. The Dark Knight Rises warrior. But what most people don't know is that he battled addiction, rage, and rock bottom. He didn't start a podcast about it. He didn't cry on social media. He went to war. With himself. Privately. And came back forged from fire. See? Strength doesn't need an audience. Warriors don't beg for sympathy. They build resilience when no one's watching. Ask yourself, how often do you run to your phone before you run to your discipline? Do you post your pain instead of pushing through it? Because here's the truth. You don't need a comment section. You need a code. A vow to rise even when your soul is shattered, and do it with your mouth shut and your fists clenched. Silence isn't weakness, it's power, it's self-respect. So next time life breaks you, don't announce it, absorb it, learn from it, use it as fuel. And when you walk back into the world, stronger, sharper, calmer, they won't recognize you. Because the old you died quietly, and the new you, unstoppable. Rule 7. Shut up and grind. Let me ask you something. How many times have you talked about what you're going to do? I'm starting Monday. I'm building something big. I'm working on a plan. Sounds familiar, right? We live in a world obsessed with talking, with planning, with sharing the journey before we've even taken the first step. But here's a hard truth. The world doesn't reward promises. It rewards execution. Success doesn't come to those who talk the most. It comes to those who shut the door, kill the noise, and do the damn work. The grind isn't sexy. It's not something you post on Instagram. It's early mornings, late nights, empty rooms, aching muscles, tired eyes, and no applause. And most people don't want that. They want the illusion of progress, not the pain of it. They wear the gym clothes but skip the reps. They talk about the business but don't send the emails. They plan the launch but never launch. Let me tell you about Conor McGregor. Yeah, that McGregor. Before the lights, before the belts, before the world knew his name, he was just a plumber, training in silence, fighting self-doubt, getting punched in the face and going back for more. No cameras, No followers, no hype. Just grind. And when he finally walked into that cage under the lights, he had already become a machine. Not because he talked, but because he did. So if you're still waiting for the perfect time, the right mood, or someone to push you, stop. The grind doesn't care how you feel. The grind doesn't ask for permission. It just shows up, over and over and over again. You want to change your life? Don't announce it. Don't hashtag it. Don't overthink it. Shut up and grind. Because by the time they hear about you, it should be too late to stop you. Rule 8. Destroy excuses before they destroy you. Let's be honest for a second. Excuses feel smart. They sound reasonable. I don't have enough time. I'm too tired after work. It's not the right moment. And on the surface, they make sense. They protect us. But here's the truth nobody likes to say out loud. Excuses are elegant lies we tell ourselves to stay comfortable. They're not roadblocks. They're security blankets. They don't hold you back. You do. And the longer you hold on to them, the further you drift from the person you were meant to become. Think about it. The most inspiring people you know, they had every reason to quit. Single mothers working 2 jobs and still showing up to night school. Refugees rebuilding lives from nothing. Athletes with broken bodies training like they're still on the field. They didn't have less struggle. They just refused to let struggle become an excuse. And here's something that hit me hard once. An excuse might sound small now, but repeated often enough, it becomes your identity. You start living as someone who almost did, someone who could have been. That should terrify you, because excuses don't just delay progress, they destroy it. So ask yourself, what excuse have you been repeating lately? Too busy? Too old? Not talented enough? What if, instead of defending that excuse, you challenged it? What if today, right now, you called it out and said, no more? Because every time you choose to push past it, you rewrite your story. You go from victim to creator, from almost to unstoppable. Excuses are easy, but so is quitting. And if you're watching this, I don't believe you were built for easy. So kill the excuse, burn it down, replace it with action. Because the longer you wait for the perfect reason to begin, the longer you stay stuck exactly where you are. And let's be real, you don't want reasonable, you want results. Rule 9. Believe in yourself first. Here's a question I want you to sit with for a moment. What if no one ever claps for you? What if no one says, you've got this? Would you still keep going? Because the truth is, you have to believe in yourself long before the world ever will. Sometimes, you are the only one in the room who sees the vision, and that is exactly how it's supposed to be. See, belief isn't loud. It's not flashy. It's not the kind that gets likes or retweets. It's that quiet fire you keep lit when no one else understands what you're building. When people laugh at your dream, or worse, ignore it. It's lonely, it's frustrating, and it's essential. You know, Walt Disney, the man who built a global empire on imagination, was rejected over 300 times when pitching his idea for a mouse named Mickey. People told him he was crazy, silly, naive. And if he had waited for permission, for someone else to say, yes, I believe in you, there would be no Disney. Here's the thing. Belief is not given. It's built, brick by brick, day by day. When you choose to keep moving forward, even when nobody's watching, because eventually, when the results start to show, When the dream becomes real, people will say they always knew you could do it, but you will know the truth. You were alone in the beginning, and that belief, the one that came before the applause, that's the one that matters most. So if no one is clapping for you right now, good. It means you're still in the proving ground. Keep building, keep believing, keep becoming. Because real success doesn't begin with others believing in you. It begins when you believe in yourself, fully, wildly, and without needing anyone else to agree. Rule 10. Never quit. Ever. Let's get something straight. The difference between those who win and those who don't? It's not talent, it's not money, it's not luck. It's this one brutal truth. Winners keep going when everyone else quits. You see, most people don't fail because they weren't good enough. They fail because they gave up too soon. Right before the door opened. Right before the breakthrough. Right before the tide turned. And it happens quietly. You tell yourself, I've tried everything. It's not meant to be. Maybe this isn't for me. And just like that, you walk away from something that could have changed your life. Let me tell you about a man named Colonel Sanders. You've probably eaten at KFC. But do you know how many times he was rejected before someone said yes? 1,009. Let that sink in. 1,009 times people told him, no, not interested. It won't work. And at an age when most people are slowing down, he was just starting. He didn't stop at failure. He walked through it, again and again, until the world had no choice but to listen. So if you're tired, if it's not happening fast enough, good. That means you're in the middle of the process. Keep going. Because the moment you decide to never quit is the moment you become truly dangerous. Unstoppable. Not because it's easy, but because no matter what happens, you're still standing. So here's the final rule. Don't stop. Ever. Not when it's hard. Not when no one believes. Not when the path is dark and lonely. Because if you refuse to quit, life will eventually hand you the reward. Maybe not tomorrow, but one day, when the world asks, how did you make it? You'll smile and say, I just didn't stop. Conclusion. I am unstoppable. There's one thing I need you to remember as we wrap this up. No one is coming to save you. Not your boss. Not your partner. Not the world. You have to save yourself. You have to fight. For your dream. For your life. For the future you want, but haven't seen yet. You want to be unstoppable? Then it's time to stop waiting. Stop blaming. Stop giving fear a seat at the table. Because the truth is, you don't need more time. You don't need more motivation. You just need one thing. A decision. A decision to stop negotiating with weakness, to stop explaining your potential, and to start living it. You've been handed every excuse to quit. But here you are, still watching, still listening. And that tells me something important. You're not done. You're not broken. You're becoming. So let the world underestimate you. Let them doubt you. Let them think you're finished. But you know better. You know what's inside of you. You know the fire hasn't gone out. It's just been waiting for this moment. So say it with me now. I am not finished. I am unstoppable. And starting today, you prove it. Not with words, but with action. Thank you so much for being here and staying until the very end of this journey. If this message spoke to you, if it reminded you of your strength, I'd truly appreciate it if you gave this video a like. shared it with someone who might need to hear it, and subscribed for more content just like this. I'm grateful to be part of your day, and I hope wherever you are right now, you carry a little more belief, a little more fire, and a whole lot more trust in your own path. Until next time, stay strong, stay true, and never stop becoming. See you in the next video.